Good Sunday evening, folks. Welcome to a special event on the Dirt Racing Network on a Sunday evening. The MARS Dirt Series. Going to have about 4 of these this summer. Usually we see these guys in the pavement late models stock car. Tonight we're going to see them in the late models on dirt. And we got about 14 drivers checked in for tonight's show. Right here from Volusia, giving the Pro Late Model a shot tonight on the new build. It's going to be one of the first times that we've seen the late models on this new build here on the network, so we'll see how these work out. Drivers getting a few hot laps in while they wrap things up for the drivers' meeting. Should be a couple of quick heats and a quick feature for you tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Tuesday night we'll be back. Short Track Showdown Series. Be back to the pavement late models. That'll be one of our shows in conjunction with the Digital Sim Sports Network. I know the guys looking forward to being back to a full schedule here. And 2 or 3 weeks we will have you Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Thursdays will be back at some point, but right now Thursdays are kind of up in the air and on hold. So summer, everybody wants to be outside. I know I want to be outside more myself. So a lot going on. Looks like Reed Rundle did get his power back, so he is in here. I thought he was going to be out with a power outage. With all the storms going on east of me, I've seen a lot of people without power. So 30 seconds till we get ready to go to our qualifying session. Chris Alvey, the quickest right now in the practice session, 15.37 seconds. And Chase Werdum and Dean Burnt both really tight together right there. They are 1/100th off of Alvey's time. Looks like the same old, the usual suspects in here. It's good to see Jarrett Tannehill back on the racetrack. Haven't seen him since we had the combination of late models and street stocks. I believe it was a couple seasons ago. All right, random draw for their heats. They will not be qualifying. So let's get in here. Let's take a look and see how they're going to line up for heat number 1. Going to be Peter Brees, a 74 car on the pole with the 50 of Dan Tofelski on his outside. And you will have the aforementioned 81 car of Jarrett Tannehill. Inside row number 2, next to the 16 of Marvin Turnmeyer and Justin Collins, formerly known as Colt Collins, in the 94 on that back row. Good look at the 94 car here. Yeah, I'm used to seeing him in a lot of black. Not much color to his stuff. Stofelski in the Matco Tools machine. The old Scrub-A-Dub car wash and lube centers, number 74 of Peter Brees. And they're probably getting ready to go next time by here. Looks like we'll have 3 heat races tonight. All right, ready to go green out of turn number 4, heat race number 1. Pace truck, get out of the way down here in turn number 4. These guys will cut loose.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Peter Brees able to clear the group and grab the lead there off the bottom, 1 and 2. Tannehill works quickly from that second row and grabs second on the inside. Here comes Marvin Turnmeyer. He went from the top to the bottom when Tannehill vacated that space, and he is going to move up to third. Colt Collins right in behind that. And he's trying to work to the inside of Tefelsky. Move Tefelsky from the outside of the front row to very last in the heat real quick. And Collins is getting the car into the corner. Boy, he got it in there pretty sideways that time. He is going to be able to hang on and keep the spot. But up front, Brees right up at the top of the smooth stuff right before you get to the marvels, and he's holding Tannehill off for the moment. This time Tannehill set the car early, drove to the bottom, just not quite able to get there. We'll see if he can do it again down here. He's going to go for the slider. Not even close that time, and they make a little contact right front to the door of Brees' car. That should give Brees a little bit of breathing room right here. Lap or two anyway. Brees able to hold him off, keeping Tannehill behind him about 5 car lengths. And it's about another 6-7 car lengths back to third place Marvin Turnmeyer. And Turnmeyer, really known for being an asphalt guy, is showing pretty well here in this first heat race in the Pro Late Model. But we're coming around to white flag this time. Peter Brees in the 74 trying to hold off a late charge from Jarrett Tannehill. Can he do it here in 3 and 4? Brees is in, clear by a couple, but Tannehill is going to put the power down early. Not going to get there. Brees wins the heat. Then Tannehill, Turnmeyer, Collins, and Tefelsky. So Brees starts on the pole, goes all the way through. And they'll roll them out for heat 2. It'll be the 17 of Dean Burnt on the pole with Jeff Werdeman in the 81 to his outside. Chase Werdeman, the 19 car, going to be inside row number 2. And you'll have the 43 of Reed Rundle on his outside. And last in this heat, going to be the quickest guy in the warm-up session today, the 13 car of Chris Alvey. 43 of Rundle, the 19 of Werdeman, and then we'll go to the front row here, 17 of Dean Burnt, and the 81 of Jeff Werdeman. Hello, Hayden Loomis. All right, turn the lights off the pace truck. The next time we come down the front stretch, they'll be getting them up to speed as we'll go green out of turn number 4. 5 more cars. Everybody going to the feature. Top 2 are into the inverts here. So of the 6 cars that will finish first and second in the 3 heats, there will be an invert for them when we get ready to go to the feature. Pace truck getting out of the way, ready to go green soon as that green flag drops.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. Burnt picked the left front up. Thought he was going to lose the car a little bit right there, but he hangs on to it, and he's got a big lead as Werdeman did not get a great start. Jeff on the outside and Chase down on the inside. 81 and the 19 respectively. It looks like Rundle is going to use the high side momentum. Clear. Chase Werdeman sliding to third. Now he's right up underneath the rear end of that 81 car. He really drove hard down into turns 3 and 4. And he is going to quickly move to the inside, go with the slider up the hill, trying to find some bite and get off the corner. Meanwhile, Dean Burnt about a second ahead of these guys already. We're already down to 5 laps to go. Good move from Rundle. Going to clear. Into second. Now the two Werdemans will go side by side. That straightens out coming out of turn 2 as Chase loses a couple of car lengths. Without Burnt in the picture, you'd think this was a heck of a heat race, as the next 4 are right there, nose to tail with one another. But Burnt about a second out in front of these guys. He's already seen 3 to go from the flag stand. We're watching the battle, second, third, and fourth. Not going to be much of a battle if they don't start figuring out how to run outside of each other's tire tracks. And they are just following one another through there. So we're inside, 2 to go. Jeff Werdeman still in third, Reed Rundle second, and Dean Burnt has lost about a tenth in the last couple of laps, but he is still way out in front, and he's going to get to the white flag this time out of turn number 4 for heat number 2. And Rundle thought he was going to go for something magical right there. He's too far back to do much with it, even if he did, but he picks up another tenth. But the checkered flag for Dean Burnt. He's going to win heat 2. Reed Rundle second, Jeff Werdeman third, Chase Werdeman fourth, and Chris Alvey rounding out the field. So we are going to get ready to go to our fourth and final heat. That'll line up like this. Andrew Perry, the 33 car, on the pole with Hayden Loomis. There he is. He was in the chat. Now he's out on the track. He's in the 115. He'll start second in this final heat. John Brunner, the 46, on that second row to the inside. And OG body, Garrett Boyd, in row number 2 on the outside. All 4 of the cars ready to go. They'll go around one more time. Give them the green flag the next time. Coming out of turn number 4. Final heat race, and then we'll do our invert and get ready for our feature tonight. Green flag in the hand of tonight's starter. Down here on the front stretch, just waiting for that pace truck to get out of the way.
Green, green, green.
And the green flag. Quickly out as the pace truck barely ducks into the infield. Pretty good start here. A couple of cars making a lot of contact at the back. Brunner and Boyd, and they both had to back off to keep the car straight, and that's going to cost both of them quite a bit. So we're going to have a battle for the lead. Loomis out of 4, moves to the inside, takes a spot away from Perry. Hayden Loomis already out to half a second. Started outside the front row, took the lead at the end of the lap, and he has extended his lead out almost 0.6 of a second now. Brunner's still third and Boyd's still fourth, but they are closing in on Andrew Perry. And a little bit of contact early, maybe. Not going to keep them from racing other cars, but it is going to keep them from having a shot at going up here and chasing down Loomis to try to get this win. Boyd's going to work the inside, see if he can find some kind of grip down there and work around Brunner. Brunner wide in 3 and 4. Now Boyd has the spot. Boyd's going to set his sights on the 33 of Perry. Going to run out of time to make up the real estate to get to Loomis for sure. Loomis has got it out to 0.7 of a second now, but the battle starting to get good. Inside 2 to go for second place here. You want to be in the redraw. Perry way up top, gets the car turned. Boyd really good on the bottom right there. Now he can find some bite coming out of turn 2 on the bottom. He might be able to do something down here in 3 and 4. Loomis is going to win heat 3 easily. The battle's for second. Boyd coming up off the bottom. He'll take second. Perry third and Brunner fourth. So the early contact, barely a problem as Boyd recovers and gets second. Good run for the guys. We'll see how much time they're going to give them out here in this warm-up session. There we go. Andrew Perry, you got a copy. Andrew,
yes, sir.
Oh, there he is, loud and proud tonight. I'm glad that glad your mic's working. Hey, man, normally we see you on the asphalt, but tonight we're over here watching you on the dirt. Give us a little bit of comparison between driving this late model and the other late model.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of experience in the dirt late model. I've run some street stock stuff and UMP stuff on here, but the dirt late model is kind of a new animal. I've been practicing some this week with my teammates, but I kind of got it figured out, I think, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll just see. This is going to be a good test.
Well, it looked like you were doing pretty well there. Got passed late in your heat, but it looked like the car was running like it's supposed to. Is it just a matter of more seat time on the dirt?
Yeah, I think more seat time more than anything. I really screwed up on that start. The track was slicker than it was in practice, and I couldn't get a good bite on the track, and that allowed his name escapes me, but he let him get out in front of me pretty good, and then I kind of settled down, but it's still a learning experience.
Well, it looks like about 3 or 4 of these events for the summer. It's going to give you some practice when these guys get ready to go to a full schedule in the fall. Are we going to see the 33 joining the MARS guys?
Yeah, I believe you will. I'm actually gonna help him out with some of the broadcast. With the broadcast fees. I thought I'd pitch in on that, and I just like racing with these guys, no matter if it's wheelbarrows, or tricycles, or dirt late models, or asphalt. It doesn't matter. It's a good group of guys.
All right, man. Well, good luck out there. Have some fun, and we'll see if we get a chance to talk to you at the end of the night up here on the podium.
Well, you certainly brought me some luck last week, so let's see if that carries over.
Well, we'll see how that curse works out again. All right. Good luck, buddy. We'll talk to you later. Andrew Perry, ladies and gentlemen, drives the 33 car. We talked to him quite a bit during the asphalt late model shows, and so we'll see what that does for him here in the dirt. All right, now, definitely time for us to get down here and look after our inverts and see where we're going to be. It looks like Jeff Werdeman, the 81 car, is going to have the pole, and Marvin Turnmeyer in the 16. So a couple of teammates up there on the front row. Then Garrett Boyd, the 21, and Reed Rundle, the 43, row 2. Jarrett Tannehill in row number 3 inside. Next to Hayden Loomis in the 115. It was 17 of Dean Burnt and the 74 of Peter Brees. Very familiar faces in the MARS dirt stuff, and they're going to move a couple of cars around here. Not sure what they're doing here, but it looks like maybe they're going to give Garrett Boyd a shot up front. No. Yep. Yep, Boyd will go to the pole. So we'll redo this after we go through Perry and Collins in the 5th row, and then Werdeman and Brunner in row 6. Dan Tefelsky's going to make up the back row, but we are going to take a look. It's going to be Boyd and Rundle on the front row. That ought to be exciting. Tannehill and Burnt in row 2. Turnmeyer and Werdeman still rows 3. And then the other Werdeman, Chase Werdeman, and Loomis in row 4. So just a couple of shakeups. But you got a couple of the old familiars up there. And I don't know, maybe the 16 is coming up here. Because Turnmeyer is the second car in the outside row. And now that's going to change. It looks like Loomis is going to go by, then Burnt. So pretty good shakeup in how they are getting to where they're going. But Boyd and Rundle still in the front row. It looks like we're about to go green. It'll be Tannehill and Loomis in row 2. Burnt and Brees, and then
green flag.
Werdeman and Turnmeyer. So green flag in the air, racing here for a special event number 1 for the Dirt Series for the MARS guys and the Pro Late Models. And Garrett Boyd going to lead lap number 1. Rundle second, Loomis and Tannehill side by side here. That's a pretty good battle. We'll check in on these two guys. Loomis has the momentum on the outside, with Tannehill able to hang tough and keep the car right alongside, taking the short way around. And now Loomis prevails off the top side out of turn number 4 to end lap number 3. That's going to settle down just a little bit. We'll go back a little further and see where we find any kind of side-by-side, and really not much going on. So we'll go to the front where both Rundle and Boyd have started to inch away from Loomis, but I think that's going to be short-lived, as Loomis was really fast in his heat race, and he will probably close this up pretty quickly on these guys. Boyd on the pole, still out in front. He's got 5 in the bag. He's working on number 6. Rundle started on his outside. And those two now starting to gap Loomis and Tannehill, as I thought they were going to go back to racing each other.
All right, man.
And caution for the first time, Jeff Werdeman. Problems for the 81. Let's go back. Well, let's just rewind that because I don't really know. He got a little contact. Got a little more contact from his teammate. He's staying up on the top side. A lot of damage to the right side of the car. Yeah, maybe steering is broken on that car. So it looks like he was stopped down there on the inside of the back stretch. That car to the infield. We'll see if he can return. Supposed to be new damage model, and every little thing counts to these cars from what I understand. So we'll see. With our late models, I haven't spent any time in a late model since the new build at all, so I have no idea. I got one individual practice qualifying and racing in the big blocks and a couple in sprint cars. One in the UMP. So it looks like we're ready to double them up. We're going to go back to green. Seven laps completed. 28 remaining. The green flag back in the air. Boyd got a great start. Now Loomis off that inside, looking like he's going to try to take second from Rundle. Loomis trying to inch his way in front of the 43, and he does it. Tannehill still fourth. Brees now working to the inside. That time Loomis got a little out of shape, and Rundle had to check up. That may allow a little bit of breathing room here. Looks like Brees going to work to the inside of Tannehill. Those two almost touched. They may have touched down the front stretch right there. That's for fourth and fifth. There's a big tap. That puts Tannehill to the wall. Burnt made a good run into the corner, but had to take evasive action. And he's going to give a spot back to Chase Werdeman in the that was Colt Collins. Excuse me, Justin Collins in the 94. Oh, contact behind us. Perry, Brunner, and Burnt all got together right there for just a second. Going to go back to the front. Garrett Boyd stretching things out. 0.7 of a second now over Hayden Loomis, and Loomis still being hounded by Reed Rundle. Those two have broken away from Peter Brees back here in the 4 spot, and Brees has still got company with Tannehill right behind him. Turnmeyer got the 16 car rolling, and he is in here in the 6 spot, and he's closing in on Tannehill. Turnmeyer, the good run in the 16. Yeah, a little tap there, a little tippity tap. They're going to get side by side. It's going to open things back up. Tannehill will go back by. We'll see out of 2 if 16 gets that same run. He does not. It's Collins now. Going to put himself in the mix back here. So this is 5th, 6th, and 7th. Oh, and that time, big contact on the inside from Turnmeyer. That could be caution. It looks like Chris Alvey might have crashed on this one. 13 car. We'll take a look. Pretty good in 3 and 4. On the outside. Oh, he got a little too close to the fence. Pulled it, turned it around, and he did so with company coming, so. I think that was Tefelsky. Yes, it was. That was coming at him and missed him pretty good. He had plenty of room to get away. So sitting right on the 20 to go mark, and Boyd had gotten out quite a bit on Loomis. He's led all 15 laps thus far. Peter Brees is still in the 4th spot. He's right behind Reed Rundle, right in front of Jarrett Tannehill. Then Collins is 6th, Turnmeyer 7th, Brunner 8th, Chase Werdeman, the 19 car. In the 9th spot, Andrew Perry is 10th, Dean Burnt and Dan Tefelsky rounding things out. Alvey and Jeff Werdeman off track at the moment. Everybody going to get lined up 2 by 2, ready to go green. Going to be Boyd and Loomis getting us restarted this time. 19 laps remaining.
Green flag, green flag.
They're fanned out 2 by 2. Everybody's staying pretty much in formation until we exit turn 2 right there. And now Boyd surges ahead to take the lead. Loomis in a battle with Rundle. They're side by side again. Loomis off the top side has enough power to get away from and take second cleanly from Reed Rundle. Peter Brees still back here in the 4 spot, and he's working the high side, just not closing in on these guys. I don't think that battle for second is over just yet. That time Rundle got a good run through 1 and 2, and he goes into 3 and 4 side by side. Nose of the car didn't quite stick, and he's going to have to roll off the throttle, give the spot. Loomis working that outside perfect, not giving any space on the exit of turn 4 right there. He's making Rundle wait on the car. There goes Alvey to the infield, so the 13 car. Tried to come out after a little look-see to the damage, and I don't think it's going to drive well, so he took it right back to the infield. It's a great battle here still for that second spot. And Rundle really making the car work good down on the bottom. Boyd not quite getting away like he was on the last run. Only half a second now. He was almost 0.8 of a second before. Creeping down, going to be 12 to go this time. Brees still 4th, Tannehill still 5th, but Tannehill's got company, the 94 of Collins. Collins not able to make it go, so he stays 6th. Turnmeyer, Chase Werdeman, John Brunner, and Andrew Perry in the top 10 still. Now we're starting to see a little bit of a gap grow here as the battle still raging for second. And Rundle now has found something. He's starting to work out in front of Loomis. Come through 3 and 4 side by side. Can he make it work in 1 and 2 one more time? Loomis used the momentum, and he got the car halfway in front, but Rundle drives it right back in. Loomis closes the entry line off, and he'll definitely close that exit line off. Just time Rundle with a little blink right there, but he's good, back solid. Best battle on the track right here. This time Rundle puts the rear end in front of, and Loomis drives right back around him on the top side. Only real battle on the track right now, the 43 and the 15, and that'll be done because Tannehill has had a problem. From about the 5th spot right in front of Collins, looks like he's been into the fences. The right rear is caved in already on the sheet metal. Oh, and then he got a little bit of help. 360s, and he keeps it going, so he's going to be able to continue. And Rundle and Loomis, that battle really good. And Rundle had the best of it before the caution, and he's going to get 2nd spot. Now, Loomis used that inside line and starting behind the leader to his advantage. But inside 10 laps to go, you go single file, so he won't have that advantage of being able to move Rundle to the top side. As you see, Tannehill's right rear caved in pretty good. That was caved in before the contact, I think. So must have been some contact back there when we weren't looking at those guys. Boyd has led every single lap started on the pole after the redraw, and he has been at the front as much as 0.8 of a second 2 different times, and both times the caution has come out and moved him right back into the fray. And are we getting a double file restart? Well, it looks like we're going to have double file restarts all the way through this thing. So that might mean that Loomis can use having Rundle on the inside, or on the outside, I mean, being on the inside and move him up the hill, maybe put that battle to rest and get 2nd place back here. We'll see. Usually inside 10 to go, these guys go single file, but apparently this is a new trial type season, and they're trying out some different things, and this is one of them. As we go back to green, and Boyd got another fantastic start. Rundle and Loomis look like they're going to go right back at it here. This time, Rundle able to drive out in front. Loomis really powers it down the inside, but Rundle kept the line closed off, and he clears into second. Loomis to third, and Peter Brees now trying to put pressure. As he's got pressure from Brunner, here's your wreck. Brunner got into. We were watching it when it happened, but we'll go back here and watch. John Brunner got a great run getting down in the corner and then up into the 74. He turns to 16. And he ends up upside down up there after he goes off the nose of Tefelsky's car. So we're going to have another restart. I did not think we would. I thought we might go to the end right there. Brunner has taken his car to the pits. Alvey, Werdeman. I thought Tefelsky was in the pits, but looks like he's back on the track, right front corner of that one. Kind of missing. So we'll see what that does for handling on that machine. Late in this one with only about 5 laps to go, I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of difference. But it'll be Boyd and Rundle 1-2, Loomis and Brees 3-4, Collins and Perry row 3, and that'll be 5 and 6. Then Burnt and Werneman, and Tannehill and Turnmeyer in the top 10. Tefelsky 11th, and that's all the cars remaining on the track at this time. Still 5 laps to go. Yes, it looks like we got one more lap. See if we can get to the close of this one. Garrett Boyd. Trying to pick up the win in event number 1 of the 4 events for the summer, the Dirt Series for MARS.
Green, green, green.
And the green and black in the air, back in the air. Whew. I was thinking we were about to have a crash. I saw a whole bunch of contact happening back here, and I didn't want to say much until I knew for sure. But I saw a couple of cars make contact right there, and then around went Burnt, and I didn't know if he was going to 360 it or not, but when Tefelsky slid it out trying to miss him, that's part of the reason why we got our caution. So we didn't get them back around. Everything will stay the same. Hey, John Brunner has brought the 46 car back out. Mangled, but still running. It looks like it's dog tracking. So suspension on that one is broken. Yeah, heavily broken. Rear end's pointed way out to the right. One of the nose is pointed way out to the left. So it'll take them corners a little bit better, but he's going to have to really be careful. He's going to spin out behind people. Or in front of people, I mean. Alrighty. Lights off on our pace vehicle. 4 laps remaining. Hopefully the last restart. Boyd and Rundle. Loomis and Brees in the top 4 right now. Then Collins and Perry 5th and 6th.
Green flag, green flag.
Back at it once again. Great start for Boyd. We're going to watch second and third here, and I think Rundle's got the momentum coming out of two. He clears Loomis into that second spot. Brees has cleared Perry for fourth. Collins working down to the inside, trying to take fifth away from Perry. They're side by side, 3 rows deep back here from about sixth on back. Collins had a problem through the middle of 1 and 2. He gives up 2 spots, make it 3 now as he loses fifth to Perry and then loses sixth and seventh to Burnt and Tannehill. Back to the front. Rundle has reeled in Boyd. Coming to the white flag. Boyd a little tight through 3 and 4, it looked like. Gave up some space, and Rundle's got the bottom kind of rolling. Almost contact there. Can Boyd keep the door shut down here in 3 and 4? It looks like he's going to be able to hang on. And Garrett Boyd will pick up the win tonight. Rundle's second. And Peter Brees gets around Loomis late and takes third. Go back and watch this pass here in. Brees comes to the high side, keeps the power down in it. And he's got it by half a car. So Brees with a late charge through. So we'll grab our driver. We know Peter Brees is down there. Well, we did know. Now we know. There he is. Peter Brees, got a copy.
Hello there, sir.
Well, man, you stole that third place there at the end. We just went back and watched that last half lap. How'd you get around him there?
I figured something out a little bit on the high side there, but then that restart kind of threw me through a loop because I got a bad start there. I think I might have got a little farther up there, but that high side really came in for me at the end there.
Yeah, it looked like it because you were able to just power right by Loomis at the end right there. And, for just a one-off type event, it looks like the Pro Late Model is pretty racy out here tonight.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. I did some practice with them earlier today, and the biggest thing I like about them is the way they changed the damage and everything on them because you can't bounce off the walls like you used to some of these, which some guys took advantage of, and it definitely helps.
Yeah, we're glad to see this damage model is fixed, and like you said, when you're banging them into the fence now, it causes some damage. But overall, how's the handling on the car? And without the damage model change, how did it change the driving of this car with the new build?
I thought it was pretty racy anywhere on the track. It was a lot of fun to drive. Early on, they feel a little bit on the tight side, and when the track slicks off, they feel real nice, especially with just these iRacing fixed setups. It was a lot of fun. They're real racy, and yeah, like I said, I feel like could have ran pretty much any lane at this point.
Well, an awesome run, man. Come home third in the first of these 4. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a great run.
I got to thank the wife, as always, for letting me come out and play with everybody. Always got to thank Reed for putting on these multiple leagues and multiple races, and it's always a lot of fun racing in these leagues that he sets up. I got to thank Wabam Detailing Products, www.getwabam.com, scrub it up, car wash, and oil change, and of course, you guys as usual for the great broadcast. And we got to get Andrew Leach in a dirt car out here too. He feels like he's not good enough to come around here. We might have to push him out the door to get running him.
I think anybody can come out and at least have fun in them. But thanks for thanks for chatting with us, man. Congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing you back here real soon.
All right, thanks again, Roger. Have a good one.
Peter Brees finishing third. You heard his name mentioned with our last interview about running all these series. He comes out here, he runs them, he runs in them. He usually does pretty well. He brings the 43 car home in second tonight. Reed Rundle, I guess the power came back on just in time, huh?
Yeah. Actually, good run tonight for us.
Yeah, it looked like good battles all the way around. You battled Loomis for a while. You got up there and tried to put some pressure on our leader there at the end. I asked Brees the same thing I'm going to ask you after the update. How's the late model drive on the dirt?
I mean, I like it. I like the fact that, got to be easy on the tires and not over push. I was just chatting with Garrett a little bit, and he thinks he was starting to use up a little bit of right rear. That's why I was getting a run on him. I just couldn't get the nose quite to where I needed to keep it stuck under there, and I certainly didn't want to get into him. But he said 5 more laps, I probably would have had him. But no, it was a good race. I had a lot of fun. I like the way they drive. Hopefully with the damage situation, we'll cut down on that wall riding and stuff. This track didn't have to worry about it, but I think they're good.
Yeah, it seemed like guys were able to move around a little bit, and it was a very, very competitive group of drivers tonight. So I know this 4-race deal was kind of a test deal. After race number 1, how are you feeling about a full season of these things coming up in the fall?
Well, definitely in fall, we'll be back one way or another, whether we, go with a different car or go back to our street stocks as far as that goes. Fall is definitely going to be back full time. And this is actually, we're doing a 5-race deal with this once a month between now and October. If we can get, another couple cars, I know of a couple guys that had weather problems tonight, power outages and stuff because of these storms that were rolling on. I was actually worried about it too. But if we can pull, 16, 17, 18 cars, we'll broadcast through the rest of this season, and we'll have a good time.
Well, an awesome run, a great way to start off the special event kind of season for you guys in the dirt, man. Give us your shout-outs, your thank yous, and we'll let you get ready for the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Solo Stove, Little Caesars Pizza, Buddy's Racing Equipment, our normal, names on it. Well, BAM on board, and, special shout-out to the wife who allows me to have some fun with this hobby, and a shout-out to my dad down in Florida. Hopefully he'll get to come back home this week and be able to watch some of these. I think he'll probably watch this during the week, so shout out to him. And as always, thank you guys for the broadcast. Always do a great job, and we appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run, and I'll see you back in the asphalt car on Tuesday night.
Yes, sir, you will. Have a good night, Roger.
Reed Arundel picking up second this evening. And now we'll bring this guy in here. He led every lap, starting on the pole after the redraw. And you heard Reed say he thought he might have been using up his stuff at the end. We'll ask him about that. But Garrett Boyd, win tonight in the special race here. How's the late model on the dirt?
Oh, it's a little different after the changes, but starting to get a liking to it.
Yeah, it looked like you had it going pretty good. You were out to almost a second a couple of times and caught some cautions there. If it stays green, do you go ahead and use up that right rear tire, do you think?
Yeah, I think if that race probably went 5 or 10 laps more, I probably would have been in trouble with Reed. I was starting to have issues, both with the tires falling off and starting to have issues with my steering wheel. So battling those two. Kind of let him get to me, and racing without a mirror is a big adjustment as well.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that we can do with this new build. And so no mirrors. There's no crutch for guys to lean on to know where the guy behind him is running. Is he coming? All of those things. How much harder is it to track what's going on around you when you have to listen for it rather than look for it?
You have to be concentrated completely, especially when you're around multiple cars. Obviously, we weren't around multiple cars tonight. We had the luxury of starting on the pole and kind of running away with it. But I know when Reed got close, I felt like I could hear him, and he was probably 3 miles from me on the broadcast. So I've got some personal audio adjusting to do to get everything kind of right where I need it.
Well, it's an awesome run nonetheless, and I know you go back and forth with these guys between the dirt and the pavement. With this group of guys, trust is pretty deep all the way around, no matter where you're racing at, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big thing, and when you race with the same guys all the time, you learn how you can race certain people and what you can do, and it's a lot of fun racing with a community and getting to do that.
Well, an awesome run. Give us some shout-outs before we let you celebrate a big win tonight.
Big shout out to Grand Garage, Angles Racing Performance, Dark Horse Racing Shocks, Reed, Marvin, and the whole crew of guys that put this thing on, and then you for putting it on.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the win. I'll look forward to seeing you back here Tuesday night.
Thank you.
Garrett Boyd picking up the win tonight. Let's take a quick look here at our finishing results. Boyd wins it. Rundle was second. Brees sneaks in for third, and that was a great pass at the end there to come home third. Loomis, challenged for the lead, was up at the front, stayed in the top 3-4 the whole time. He gives up that spot to Brees late. He comes home fourth. Perry was fifth. Burnt sixth. Tandy Hill seventh. Tefelsky eighth. Werdeman ninth. That's Chase Werdeman in the 19 car, ninth. Justin Collins 10th. Marvin Turnmeyer 11th. John Brunner 12th. Chris Alvey 13th. And Jeff Werdeman, the 81 car this evening, was our 14th and final finisher. Fun. These guys are going to do it once a month. Like he said, I thought it was 4 races, but apparently it is 5. So miscalculation on my part. But we're going to go from now till October and have one a month with these guys on their off week between asphalt races. So make sure you stay tuned in for that. And then I think they're going to turn something into dirt, whether they go back to their street stocks or they come to one of the late models, which we don't care either way as long as it's some kind of racing where these guys go in the fall, as long as they're here on Sunday nights. Don't forget about Tuesday night, Short Track Showdown Series. Man, that has been a fun series so far. Those guys have put on a couple of really good shows there every other Tuesday night, and they're back this week. And you'll see a lot of these same guys: Turnmeyer, Perry, Werdeman, Boyd, Rundle, Brees. You'll see a lot of these guys out there in the asphalt cars, so make sure you tune in for that. Then nothing the rest of the week. The holiday. We won't have any racing on the holiday week. And then we'll be back the following week and fill every night up pretty much after the holiday. So keep your eyes on that. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to cover it. Without all the great leagues giving us fantastic racing, there's nothing for us to cover. So we thank them as well as you. Till we